All right, 3, 2, 1. This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 640. I am Brian Kilby. Today is September 18th, 2019. And with me this week, we have Rob, who I mentioned first, even though he's not on video. Chris.
Yep.
Matt.
Hey.
Don.
Yo, Joe.
And Diecast. Yo, Joe.
Hashtag get Unicron made.
Got to get tough and Unicron made. Yo, Joe.
Hashtag not going to happen.
Hashtag I think it still will. Hey, so I mentioned video, so I know that, yes, this is a podcast, but as we mention every week, you can join us live, tfradio.net/live, or go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Just look for Radio Free Cybertron, and you can watch us live every Wednesday. Starting at about 8:30 Eastern Time, that's when we record the show, but we have pre-show where we talk about, we learned food. Food's a prerequisite. Star Trek, usually. And what else did we talk about in pre-show this week?
We're all old.
We're all old.
Batman.
Why doesn't Batman have his PhD and MD? Like Peter in our chat.
Because he's a billionaire and doesn't need either one.
Peter's a doctor and a scientist.
And how good DuckTales is.
And how good DuckTales is. You can enjoy all of that. tfradio.net/live. Or just subscribe on YouTube. Was that the word subscribe? I don't really do YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't understand YouTube culture.
That's the YouTube word.
Okay.
Yes.
Yay. Okay, cool. So, actually, if you don't want to watch us live, but you don't want to watch us, we have a Roku channel and a Fire TV channel. You can subscribe to those or add those or whatever the vernacular is. Go to tfradio.net/Roku. It'll take you to your Roku page thing. You hit add and it'll install it when you go back to your box on the newfangled thing. And for tfradio.net/Fire TV, it'll take you to Amazon. You add it there. It'll be on your Fire TV stick or box if you opted for one of those. I have a stick. The box just seems unnecessary. The stick does like everything you need. But you can watch us there too. Not live. Not yet. Maybe never. Probably never. You can watch us. It's pretty great. That's how I watch us.
What would we have to do to be live on there?
Well, I did some reading, and it's really expensive. So if you want to support us, go to tfradio.net/Amazon and buy stuff. But that's
yeah, I was kind of thinking the answer was pay a lot of money.
Pay a lot of money. Pay more than I'm paying now, which is not cheap. So to do all that. Yeah. tfradio.net/Roku, tfradio.net/Fire TV. Hey, our 20th anniversary episode is coming up in, 3 weeks? Something like that? 4 weeks? We are old. Old. We're not as old as Transformers, which had its, most of the years we don't even mention that, like the anniversary of the first airing of More Than Meets the Eye Part 1. But, 35th is, it's like, it's not really base 10 since it's not 40, but it's like base 10 and a half. It's an important number. It's an important anniversary. Yeah, I know. Haven't had my caffeine yet.
Well, I mean, if you count in base 7...
Oh, yeah, or base 5.
Yeah. Well, base 7 is more awkward.
Well, yeah, I guess so. Hey, let's see. What do we got going on this week? Do we want to...
Not much.
Not much. Do we want to do... What did we get this week first, or do we want to jump to Unicron Watch?
Well, I don't have anything, so I literally could not care less.
I can rush through what I have, because I want to talk about Unicron this week. Okay, so I'll start. At Ollie's. I did an Ollie's run. So Ben Yee posted, hey, can anybody find any of these Transformers Mighty Mugs? And I'm like, I didn't know that was a thing. I know that Hasbro had revived Mighty Mugs, which are they're pop-esque toys. But they had made them sort of mechanical, like a little Manny Faces gimmick, but instead of a knob, you actually press it down. So I went to a couple of local Ollie's. I didn't see anything, so I was out of town this weekend, and I found them. So they're pretty cool. They're $4 each. There's also the Marvel Mighty Mugs and the My Little Pony Mighty Mugs in Star Wars. So there's a Megatron. There's a Starscream. They all have the little head gimmick thing. There's also Bumblebee. Bumblebee is the cutest, I think, of them. And Optimus. These are definitely worth $4. I like them.
Yeah. There's also, because I stopped by Miles as well because I was trying to find a Ratchet for my friend Icon45 on Twitter because he's a huge Ratchet fan. Apparently, that was Entertainment Earth exclusive. So apparently, there are some of those out there that are exclusive to websites.
Mighty Mugs Ratchet, didn't even realize. I didn't even know about those, so it's not too surprising. They also
I'm pretty sure we've talked about them on the show before.
I forget. We've done 640 episodes.
In passing, I specifically remember the Starscream one, though.
I don't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. So we also have at Ollie's. No, mine has like 3 dozen of these. It's not the best toy, but it's like Cyberverse Thundercracker. Yay!
Which was going to be a Toys R Us exclusive, as I understand.
I don't remember what I paid for it, but it wasn't much. Oh crap!
They're $4.99 at Ollie's.
I remember now. Today I also bought a Transformers fidget spinner. It was $1. I hate fidget spinners. I would think for somebody who fidgets as much as I do that I would love those things, but I don't like them. I love the fidget cube. But I was at the Ollie's this past Friday, and there was a kid with his mom, and the mom was showing the kid the Transformers fidget spinners. And the kid could have passed for an 8-year-old version of me. He literally looked like me when I was 8. You know, sort of, you know, a cute kid. I wasn't that cute, but he was cute. And his mom was like, hey, Billy, here's a Megatron fidget spinner. Do you want this? And he was like, Mom, of all my sworn duties, hating Megatron is the most important. I'm not making this up. That's what he said. He said it like that. This kid is never going to...
You know, this just really reminds me of a thing that happened on Alt Toys Transformers at one time, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. It was not on the radio. This actually happened. Or TV. This actually happened. And I was like, holy crap. You know, this kid could pass for... It's like, is he my kid? He's the right age. Not as far as I know. Don't recognize the mother. So, yeah, I was sort of dumbfounded, but it was awesome at the same time. So I sort of, I didn't want to say, hey, you like Transformers? I didn't want to walk up to him and introduce myself. And I wouldn't want a kid of that age to listen to this ever again. Even though we do have kids that age listening right now. Hey, kids, don't do drugs.
Oh, no.
Stay in school.
Eric has been listening since he was like 12. And he's like 20 now.
Yeah, and look at how he's turned out.
I know. It's really weird when we're at conventions and like I'm introduced to families and they all listen together and there's like little kids. Not that it's not weird because I love it. I think it's awesome. But it's, you know, it's just, you know, we're a bunch of nerds who talk about toys to each other over the internet. But yeah, but I was just, it left an impression. And I kind of wish I'd bought him a Transformers and just handed it to him. But the opportunity was not there. What else did I get? I come off like a weirdo even more now. The next toy is the Cyberverse King Jr. Mill. I guess it's supposed to be Starscream. Even though it uses yellow plastic. I think they, you know, sort of have a limited amount of plastic that... Actually, this is like the, not Spark Armor. What is it called? Or is it Spark Armor? The gimmick that they have with the Cyberverse toys?
I'm pretty sure it is Spark Armor.
Okay. I guess it's supposed to be Spark Armor Starscream.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
The only one I'm missing is
Which
Megatron
would account for
now.
the yellow.
Yeah, I'm missing Megatron now. That's it. But I got that. So maybe I'll get a chance to get that. I got MP18 Plus Blue Streak.
From where?
A Hasbro Pulse. Is that surprising?
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Maybe that was an early September thing.
It shipped. I
can't remember anymore.
I really like it.
I have mine on order from Big Bad Toy Store, and it was supposed to be in
Technically, it's
August
Street.
originally, and then it got pushed back to September, and I still haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, it shipped, and I have it. It's pretty. I don't know if it's the nicest. It's all flat, unlike some of the other versions of this. When this mold first came out, it was like life-changing. I'm like, yes, this is what Masterpiece is all about. And it's still really great. But, this is what, the 5th or 6th version of this mold that I have at this point, whatever it is. And
Might be more than that.
yeah.
I've been avoiding all of the pluses because I really don't need those duplicates, but I am going to get the Smokescreen Plus just because it's Smokescreen, and I like a few of the small changes they've done.
2 other things I got. One, I'll mention the disappointing one first. I was at a local antique store this weekend, and I don't know what antique stores are like for you, but the ones I'm at, mostly everything is on consignment, and it's usually a booth, and the items have the booth number on it and a price, and you go up and they take the sticker off and write the booth number down and the price, and the person gets paid at the end. But there's nobody there who can really help you with anything other than like opening cases and stuff. So there's a toy dealer who has a table of pretty impressive stuff, honestly. I never go, but whenever I go, I'm always surprised to find stuff, certain weird things. And I saw the Transformers Tyco race set. And I don't know if I've ever actually even come in contact with that. But it was taped up, and I couldn't open it. But I picked it up. It felt like it had everything in it. I was really excited. The price on it was pretty good. It wasn't as good as I would later realize when I was pricing it on eBay, but it was, like $40. So I bought it, put it in my car, and when I got home several hours later, I finally opened it up, and well, it was missing the cars. Had everything else, apparently. Missing the cars. Couldn't tell that it was complete Crunson based on weight. It was pretty heavy, so I assumed that it wasn't empty. There's a difference.
But as far as you knew, it could have been full of, like, floor tiles.
Well, the person who runs the booth, I've read his website and stuff. I've never met him. But he prides himself on I guess he's like a picker, is what it's like that show American Pickers or whatever on the Fate History Channel or whatever it is. I don't know what channel it is, but they go and buy stuff and resell it. He's like that. So he talks about being a toy expert and everything. So I'm like, okay, I'm sure it's probably fine. And of course there's no returns, so I'm just stuck. So I'm stuck. But as far as I can tell, it's only missing the cars, so I can try to find those.
Well, if nothing else, Brian, you could probably take it to TFCon, because I'm sure there's people out there that need better parts for their sets.
I need the cars. Yeah, I'm not taking it anywhere. I'm buying cars, and I'm racing that bad boy against my 7-year-old. Yeah. So, yeah, it is just label slapping. Yeah. Peter, MD, PhD. I'm going to start calling him in the chat. Mention that. So, I picked that up. And, of course, I got a Mega Supreme. And he's nice. Chris last week gave really in-depth thoughts about it, and I haven't done much with it other than open it and play around with it. But it does have impressive mass. I like the detailing on it. I like the size of it. He is not as tall as, say, Metroplex or Fort Max, but really, nor should he be, except for the fact that you're paying just as much or more for it. But, scale's not a thing, but, I like it. Got it from Amazon. No, got it from Hasbro Pulse. I canceled my Amazon order. So, if you have it on the way, I think you'll like it.
Pulse is fulfilling orders now?
Where did I get it from? Big Bad. Sorry.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Big Bad Toy Store. Yeah, Pulse isn't fulfilling. So I got it from Big Bad. They shipped it really quick, too, which I was super excited about. And considering the size of it, I was surprised, too. But, yeah, so it's worth picking up. And I think that's all I got this week. Let's see here. Diecast.
All right. I got a couple BotBots from my friend Rob, who I really appreciate. I don't have the BotBots down here to show them off. I also got a scraplet from him. He found me one of those Cyberverse scraplets, which is cool. I wanted at least one, so I think I'm happy with one too. I don't need any more than that. It's definitely a kid's toy, but I like it because it's a scraplet. So, the other thing I got is the Dino 2-pack, and we all thought this was going to be on a separate card. The Rumble.
It's one card.
It's one card, so there's no separating it. I guess you can fold it if you want to. I don't know why they did it this way, but
because it's one SKU. Probably.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, this is Frenzy. It's not Rumble, it's Frenzy. But whatever.
Let's not start that up.
No, I'm saying
it right there on the box, Don.
Yeah.
It says Frenzy.
Yeah.
There's
no questions about it.
Yeah, and since when something has said something on the box, has it ever prevented that argument from coming up?
Whenever the box says what I want it to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
The other thing I got, and I have to thank Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro, is I got a Blaster versus Soundwave 2-pack, which I didn't even know existed, but it's very, very nice. It's done in the same battle pack style that... well, they're definitely not. Definitely not G1. Blaster looks like he's Titan's Return inspired, and Soundwave I'm not really sure of. But these are the Transformers trading card game. This is a box set. I don't even know the price. You know how sometimes they send you like a little pamphlet with a write up on it.
A fact sheet, yeah.
A fact sheet. There was nothing. So
that was one of the San Diego exclusives, wasn't it?
I think the exclusive version had the toy-based art.
Yeah, the exclusive version has the G1 art, but in terms of gameplay, they are functionally identical, is what I have heard.
Yeah, I really like whoever did the art. It's really good. Not typically what you would expect for Transformers, and I like the kind of edgy look that they have in these art picks, but just a really, really nice box set. And if that's true, that these will actually play the same as the San Diego Comic-Con ones, that's awesome. That you can actually pick these up. That I'm assuming it's going to be a regular retail release, so you can probably find these at your local card shop, or who else sells these? Target usually sells these sometimes, and Barnes & Noble, I think, has these sometimes.
Yeah.
So I would definitely recommend it, especially if you weren't able to get the San Diego Comic-Con one and you want to play with these characters. It's, again, thank you to Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro for this. Totally awesome.
You going to open it?
Yeah, I'm going to open it and play with it. So. And then... where is that last thing I got? Oh, the last thing I got, which is off topic, which I usually don't do a lot, but this is something I reserved at Toy Fair, and it finally came. It's the Hyperreal Darth Vader. It's kind of this really nice packaging. You get a whole bunch of extra hands. It's superposable. Really nice packaging too. So here's
I thought you were going to say you got a for real pet. I'm like, those are Hasbro, aren't they? So
yeah, the for real, yeah. No, this
For some reason,
Hyperreal.
Nice. For some reason, I thought that line wasn't starting till next year, but it's nice to see it's starting to come out now.
that's what, $80.
Yeah, yep.
It's nice
so
looking.
It's basically the same price as a Mezco figure if you're looking at it that way. That's kind of the way I look at it.
Yeah.
So and it's super articulated, probably more. I mean, obviously, it came today, so I haven't had a chance to open it. But I think it's probably even more posable than a Mezco figure, depending on with the clothing and the plastics and all that stuff.
Yeah, because it's an articulated metal skeleton, then there is plastic body form and clothing over it. So
Right.
they can potentially make that have quite a range of movement.
Yep. And then I also got the Perfect Effects Jet Revive Prime or Jetwing Prime. That is also upstairs that I can't show off right now.
Good job.
Yeah, it's been a week.
Well, he can't
So-
fit anything else in
I
that room.
understand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's what it's approaching critical mass.
It's getting we're at ridiculous now.
Well, as long as you don't go to plaid.
Yeah. But Diecast, I got mine about 2 weeks ago. I haven't had a chance to open him yet, but I've watched several reviews and he looks nice. He looks really, really nice. And
Yeah.
also there's that new one coming out, the Power Master Prime version as well.
I have no interest in that one.
So in the chat, we're still talking about Rumble and Frenzy.
Because of course we are.
Yeah, I know.
Let it go.
So I've been arguing back and forth with Rodimus Supreme about Rumble being red and Frenzy being blue. And hold on, guys.
It says right on the package.
Yeah, I know. But I normally actually swap it the other way. And I normally go with Rumble being blue and Frenzy being red, but I just like arguing it. I
That
can't
sounds
help
right.
it. Yeah.
Oh, and Rodimus Supreme is right about one thing. The toys have, depending on like what series of generations and stuff,
Yeah.
actually been both ways with it.
Yeah, it's true.
So
Okay.
the correct answer is the one that you like the best.
That's
Basically.
exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
And Unicron could destroy the Death Star, or the Death Star could destroy Unicron, depending on the day.
Not if Galactus eats them first.
That's true. Okay.
Mm.
Anything else, Diecast?
Not that. Yeah, but I don't remember what.
No Mega Supreme yet?
No, not yet.
What?
No, I haven't.
Because he ordered through Pulse, didn't he?
I ordered through my friend Nick, who gets his stuff through Entertainment Earth.
Oh, okay.
So,
I'm surprised they don't have their Omega Supremes yet.
I
Being,
think he
you know,
actually.
West Coast and all.
I think actually he just got invoiced for it, so they should be on the way
Ah.
soon.
Oh, nice.
Okay, cool. Let's see here. Rob, you got something. What'd you get?
I got the same Blaster versus Soundwave deck that Diecast got. Thank you to Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast for that. I will try and do a little unboxing video on that at some point after I finish the last card, and it's going to be a while.
Didn't you also get the SDCC version?
No, that I did not
What was it
get.
that you opened that you had a challenge with because it ended up being so long in video?
That's the booster box opening that I'm still like 1/3 of the way published on.
How are you, so? Are you going to switch it up or do something different, or are you just going to power through and do the same thing?
Oh, the footage is done. It's just a matter of getting the chance to assemble it, and so yeah, the subsequent videos will likely be shorter simply because once you get far enough into a booster box, you do start seeing a few of the same cards again, and that kind of speeds the whole process along.
For the new set, are you going to?
For the new set, I'll probably just do a fairly brief overview. There, being a theme deck, there's going to be a variety of cards that you get multiple copies of and things like that. So it's definitely not going to be as long a video as what we're dealing with for this.
I haven't done like a unpacking or whatever I call it in a while. But I got to where I really enjoy doing those. But you're like, I can't talk about like 5 packs of cards for more than 3 minutes, and then like the videos end up being half an hour. And like, how did this happen?
I forget how much raw footage I wound up with for the booster box opening, but it was a lot.
Yeah, like 7 or 8 of those videos I did, like 4 hours total of just me opening cards. And I have lots of unopened packs. I just need to dig through. What was that, Diecast?
I love those booster boxes. Love them.
It's fun.
I hope they send us the next one, because that one is going to have the Scorponok card.
Ooh.
Is it
Oh,
like-
right.
Oh, right.
that's
Yeah,
the
the one.
large format one.
Yeah. The one that is one to a booster box that you are guaranteed to get a copy of in a box, but you have to get the box.
Yeah.
Cool. Don, did you get anything?
Yeah, it's been kind of bare pickings lately, but I got the Thundercracker from Amazon through tfradio.net. Thursday of last week. It was delayed today, so I didn't have it for the show last week. And of course, the day it arrives, it drops $5 in price, and I can't get the difference back.
Ooh.
So that kind of
You know,
sucked.
Amazon.
You should write them a polite letter.
I
did-
sent them a polite email.
I did that once. I bought the keyboard that I'm actually using right now. I spent like $100 on it, and then like a week later, it was $60. They gave me the difference.
Nice.
I just asked for the $5 back as credit on my account because I figured I would use it for something, and they said they don't do price adjustments post delivery.
Oh well, that sucks.
And I picked up, my Walmart must have found a case of those Jetfires because I picked up a extra $45 Jet Skyfire. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I may keep it to display in jet mode along with him in robot mode, or I may take it to TFCon for some trade credit. I don't know.
Repaint
but
it.
I figured a $45 Skyfire I could do something with.
Yeah.
Just don't set it on fire.
Yeah, we've already got video of that.
Yeah, I'm not a pyro like Diecast.
Spider Bob saying if they don't credit your account, complain on Twitter. They were very responsive with me a couple days ago when I was just tweeting a mild complaint about having to go through a process. They responded and offered to help several times.
Well, I'll go back to the chat option and just explain that, because
You
it was
know who
delayed.
I am
It was
Headmaster Don.
Well, see, the thing was, I mean, it was
Maybe you
delayed
forgot
in
me.
shipping about 4 days after it came in stock. So I'm not sure what the delay was, and I just wanted the $5 back because I've got some other stuff on pre-order through there as well, like Ape Face in them.
Yeah, and Spider Bob points out I didn't even at them. I just mentioned Amazon, and they just jumped right in. Let's see here. Anything else, Don?
No, it's like I said, it's been kind of thin around here. That's about it.
Okay. Let's see here. Matt, did you get anything?
Yeah, just a couple things real quick. The Marvel Legends, the 80th anniversary stuff went on clearance, went on sale, like really quick. So I went ahead and picked up an Iron Man to go along with Captain America and Thor.
I
He's pretty
don't
nice.
have Thor yet.
Yeah.
Iron Man's okay.
Well, I've got the Mezco 112 Iron Man, but
So nothing like this one.
But I bought that one still just because I love the red and gold suit. But my Walmart, right before they went clearance, sold out of all the Captain Americas. And now I'm afraid I'm not going to find a Captain America because I thought, I'll just pick one up later. And now they've all gone
It's
clearance.
functionally identical to the one that's
classic.
on the Toy Biz card, right?
Yes, the paint's just not nicer.
Yeah.
It's a deeper blue and a little sparkle to it.
Yeah, it's the same
Okay.
thing otherwise. So is
I
the
didn't
Iron
but-
Man.
Yeah, like both my Walmarts here, the pegs have, like, they put out a lot of those figures.
Yep, mine did
and
too. Mine
they're
sold through, though.
both-
Target still has it.
Both cleared off, yeah.
I thought the Toy Biz card one was the one with the 80s version of the armor, and that's the like late 60s through
I thought
70s.
well,
version.
maybe that one's not identical, but Captain America is.
Yeah, the
Gotcha.
the Toy Biz Classics Iron Man is the Neo Classic version.
Yeah, I was confused because I thought they were still talking about Iron Man when they were talking about Captain America. My mistake.
And this actually came in the mail about 2 hours ago. I got Power Rangers Lightning Collection Goldar.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I haven't
He
gotten mine yet.
He went back up on the GameStop website Saturday. I saw it, and I got him today. So really
that-
nice. The face on it is a little more purple than I was expecting it to be. It's not showing up on the camera really well, but I mean it's really well done.
Interesting.
Apparently, they've launched Tyco Blue on GameStop's website today too.
Oh, neat.
He's actually been up to pre-order for a while because I ordered that sometime beginning of the month, I think. But I'm not sure when he's actually coming out. I think it's sometime in October.
Today? I heard people were getting charges for it.
Well, I have
or
not seen
shipping
anything
notices
yet.
or something.
Yeah, but no Transformers today because I ordered Omega Supreme through Pulse and it hasn't come yet.
Uh-huh.
And I ordered, Masterpiece Blue Streak through Big Bad Toy Store and it hasn't come yet.
Yeah.
So
Pulse came through for me on that one. I ordered the Dino-Cassette 2-pack with Frenzy, and I ordered 2 of them, but they only shipped me 1. I'm not getting the other one for a couple weeks, I guess.
I pre-ordered that one through Pulse, and I haven't gotten it yet. I waited a good while before I put in the order for that one, so I imagine I'm pretty low on the priority list.
I canceled my pre-order from Entertainment Earth for the Reflector 3-pack because Pulse got it back in stock, and I was able to order it from there.
I'm just going to wait.
Yeah, if Pulse ends up restocking that cassette 3-pack, I'll probably pick it up. I had it on pre-order and decided to cancel, and it's sold out now, but I guess they are expecting to get more if apparently you're going to get your second one that they didn't send you yet.
Cool. Anything else?
No.
Chris doesn't have anything. John's not here. Jason, who's usually not here anymore, also not here. Let's jump to the Unicron watch. Diecast, why don't you tell us where Unicron is right now?
Dude.
Catch us up.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Yeah, you do.
We're at 5,670 backers.
So that's a difference of 19 from last week.
Yay.
That's a difference of 2 since we actually started the show.
Yeah.
At this pace, we could probably get it funded in about another 2 years.
No, it'd be more than that, probably.
More than that?
Yeah.
But the good news is that HasLab Unicron gets official UK and EU crowdfunding options through Kapow Toys. So,
good.
How much do you think that would add? Maybe another 500 backers?
With Europe, probably. Just the UK,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say. I'd say maybe a couple hundred.
And it's also kind of short notice since they're starting it this week. As of the time the article went up, the page was not active yet. There was no order button or information, so they're going to have about 2 weeks to get their money together.
That's a big deal. I mean, it adds a sense of urgency, which this thing desperately needs. It may not be urgency here, but it's at least urgency abroad. And we already have the Takara Tomy Mall count, which was 1,500.
Yeah.
Although that's been extended, so there will be presumably
a few
more from that.
We don't know that was only Takara Tomy Mall figures.
Oh, the EB Games in Australia, probably as well.
And probably the Hasbro Taobao store.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. They still need to get this thing back in hype because it's dying a slow death right now.
I mean, this is rough for people in the UK because they were expecting to not, they wanted pre-orders, but they weren't expecting to get anything, and now they're like, hey, you can, but you only have 2 weeks to, gather however much it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel bad for some people. What if they're in the UK and they already ordered it from Big Bad Toy Store or something?
Cancel.
Can they? Because they already paid the deposit.
How many
already
do you think?
the $100 and something non-refundable deposit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
So, I mean, that kind of.
Well, if they already have it through big, what's the cost going to be through?
We don't know yet.
Kapow, we're not sure.
Yeah,
it's an
probably not
official
gonna be that
channel,
much
so
different.
it should be standard price. Just like in.
The thing
Europe.
about that is, pricing for stuff in the UK tends to be very much the same numbers as the price in the US, but they change the $sign for a £sign, which, as anybody who has followed this, is not equivalent.
Yeah, it's right now. It's about 40% more. It used to be 2.5. So yeah. So,
I mean, it's entirely possible if they follow that same model. Getting from Big Bad Toy Store, even with the overseas shipping, might not even be that much more than the local option.
Yeah. I just actually cashed a check in pounds this week, and I just wish that we still had the old exchange rate.
But anyway, they need some more accessories. They need something like even more. We've talked about this before, but their slug figures are probably like 5 cents to make. Give us more slugs.
Ships. It needs to be ships.
Yeah, ship slugs, preferably.
Yeah, Spider Bob is saying at this rate they're going to be IP bait for Disney. I think they've been trying to do that for like the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is definitely what they're aiming for. I'd be fine with that too. Disney seems to, make things better recently anyway. Okay, so I guess the big thing is the crowdfunding for the UK and EU. We can also talk about the Zeta Toys news.
Yeah, remember how there was that Zeta Toys not Unicron?
That's what
that we've been talking about for a couple weeks.
That's like 18 inches tall.
Nice. Transformed completely differently.
Yeah, look good.
Might not be happening anymore.
Do we know if that is not happening, or that it was just C&D?
So
web
apparently, a representative from Zeta Toys posted on like Baidu, and somebody translated it. That they were fairly non-specific about it from the way the translation read, but it did seem that yes, the project has been postponed, probably indefinitely. And the interesting wrinkle in that is an unrelated YouTube channel, Son of the Empire, had 2 videos up from like some kind of like fan gathering where they had their prototype test shot of that StarCore figure and were demonstrating how the transformation worked. It was 2 videos. One was robot to planet, then planet to robot. And over the course of like 4 days, both of those videos got taken down from YouTube on copyright grounds by Hasbro.
And in the video, they actually called it, at least on occasion, from what I understand, Unicron. Like Unicron popped up and by name. Not that probably matters too much, but doesn't help.
I didn't watch the videos. I do have a copy of one of them just because on the assumption that it was going to get taken down like the first one did. But like it's just surprising that Hasbro was able to decide to leverage copyright grounds on something that's based on their IP, but it's not like a bootleg or anything. It's not an exercise of YouTube's copyright policy that I've seen done before, basically.
I mean, YouTube is very lenient when it comes to...
One might say lax, even.
Lax when it comes to that. I get copyright notices all the time for stuff that I own. And it's like they're trolls, company trolls out there, troll companies that, want to eat in on people's monetization. And I'm always like, I own this, screw you, nice try, you bastard. Or something, whenever I respond on YouTube, and they always release it. But yeah. Yeah,
this is just like, as far as I know, we have not seen Hasbro take an act like this against another third-party kind of item, or videos of them. So this is kind of a first, and given the circumstances of everything, it's not super surprising.
No, I give them credit for doing it. I said in the very beginning when we first started seeing this fake Unicron that it was totally bad timing on their part, and I thought it was in poor taste. I would have bought it. I would have got one, but I didn't. I did not like the timing of it, and I thought that was terrible.
I kind of doubt that it's gone forever, but they'll probably kind of sit on that for a while just until the attention falls off of it a little bit.
Yeah, at least till the crowdfunding's over. I mean, then you can't say it's hurting anything.
Hasbro has been incredibly lenient with third-party stuff.
Absolutely.
Yep. Hasbro, incredibly lenient. So
generous, you might even say.
Generous, very generous. So I can't, like Diecast said, I can't fault them for doing it this one time.
Yeah. And honestly, like, the way the numbers started moving backwards after the extension, I really would not try to deny that the Zeta Toys option probably has
Didn't help.
actively hurt the crowdfunding campaign.
Yeah.
And my take on third party has always been that Hasbro will leave it alone until things get bad, and things for Unicron don't look particularly good right now.
Yeah, I mean, like, the HasLab page, Cookie Monster has disappeared off of there completely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not listed in the past projects anymore. The page is gone altogether. Like, they deleted the page.
Wow.
Forget about
like,
Cookie Monster.
They're not under any obligation to maintain, a definitive record of the HasLab projects. But, like, I don't think they want to have to disappear 2 things in a row and pretend that the Sail Barge was the only thing they ever did.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I want this to get made. I want this in the worst way. So, Hasbro, throw some other stuff at us. I mean, hopefully you're not waiting to the last 2 or 3 days. I mean, give us something like a week before, maybe.
Yeah, 3D printers don't take that long to work.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. I mean, Hasbro has plenty of those.
Not for something small.
Oh, no. No, not for something small.
We saw that at HasCon. That, they have huge, gigantic 3D printers that they could work on.
Yeah, theirs are better than mine.
Yeah.
Probably Reform i3 or whatever it is that I paid $300 for.
And it's kind of fun because they kind of remind me of the claw machines in the fact that eventually it just spits out a toy.
Yeah, true. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and jump to whatever news items that we have. And goodness knows there are a ton of them. So 2 things. Well, we have a news item for it, so I just have to share this. I'm sorry. If you're listening to the podcast, if you're watching it, you'll see that Don disappeared. If you're listening, you'll notice that you haven't heard Don's beautiful voice in a few minutes because he dropped. Don sent a text. I think McAfee is blocking Skype, and I don't know how to fix it. I love you, Don, so much. I genuinely do. I can't wait to give you a hug when I see you again here in a month. So, yeah, that'll be great. Okay, so Generation selects Power Dasher Cromar first sighting and in-hand photos. So this just like showed up in where was it? Philippines?
Toys R Us in Canada.
Canada. Yeah, just everywhere, shelves full of it, and we didn't even know what it was called at that point, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Well, the Power Dasher names have been pre-existing. They weren't invented for these releases.
I thought, what? Never mind. I didn't think we even know what it was. Okay, but here it is. We know what it looks like. It's 6-gun, but he is silver and red and black. So reminiscent of G2 Sideswipe, but heavier on the silver.
I like it.
It looks really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get that.
So
that's the Power
week
Dasher I had as a kid.
Last week we were talking about what Generation Selects might premiere with Hot Shot at during New York Comic Con.
This was my guess.
Yeah, and there's definitely a lot more weight behind that theory now, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be available to order when New York Comic Con happens.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Hasbro to officially announce this thing that people now have in hand.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It is.
I would have never thought this would have showed up at Canada before it got announced in the U.S., but crazier things
It's
have
rare
happened.
that stuff happens.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If not for that one mistaken showing at the thing in Hong Kong last month, we wouldn't even know that actually existed until it showed up in Canada.
Yeah, certainly a thing that I will have soon, I hope. Is Ratchet showing up? I know Ratchet was in Canada. Is it showing up now?
In Canada.
Oh, okay. Is it around October when these things usually show up?
Or maybe November.
Yeah, October, November. Late October, early November, I believe.
Okay.
6 months after the first sightings in the rest of the world.
And the pre-order that was supposed to go up on on Walgreens' website.
Yeah, in July.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to change the sequence.
Like we needed another pre-order to go up that day, honestly.
I'm going to change the sequence of this a little bit. So last week we talked about MP38 Masterpiece Burning Convoy, and we speculated that it was going to be, Burning Convoy, but just in, red plastic, no clear.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, it's actually got clear plastic, which is honestly surprising, but
for some reason they put a blue head on it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
yeah,
Which is incorrect.
it doesn't have to be. I guess it is final.
Well, the one with the correctly colored head will be MP38++.
You're probably not wrong.
The correct head will be a Takara Tomy Mall exclusive.
There you go. Yeah.
I like it though.
Yeah, probably.
You like it?
It's like a burning suit.
Oh, it's terrible.
A burning suit.
I don't know, but the beast head is at least red.
It's $111.99. $111.99 pretty much everywhere. So if you want to get this,
yeah, I thought one has repulse.
yeah, it's not for me.
I've never actually watched the Beast Wars second movie all the way through. So
I never even watched Beast Wars second.
it's not good.
Yeah, I know.
But the Burning Justice, whatever, it's a Burning Justice, the Burning.
I thought we were calling it last week.
He was completely red. Was the original toy completely red?
Well, it didn't have a blue head. I know that much.
Yeah, I don't have it, so okay. I'm still buying it. I'm a sucker.
And a lot of people have called out that this is specifically wrong for the color of the robot helmet.
Okay, that makes it funny then.
Makes it sad.
Makes it sad. So speaking of sad, we have Transformers Siege Nemesis Prime.
Is that sad?
It's nice looking, but I don't.
It's just Black Optimus Prime repaint again.
Yeah.
You know what the worst part of it is though?
It looks good.
It doesn't have any battle damage. It doesn't have any cell shading. It's the first version of this mold that has a clean deco. And it's going to be $80, and so far there's no direct U.S. sale option for it that I've come across.
It's weird to me that this is now an expected thing.
Oh, it also has Titan's Return Alpha Trion sword and Sword of Fury colors.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They need to skip the Nemesis repaint every once in a while just to make it feel special.
Well, we didn't get a Nemesis version of Studio Series 38 yet, did we?
No.
So there you go. That's the one they skipped.
But that's not a mainline unless you consider Studio Series mainline. I don't.
Yeah, it's co-mainline with Generations.
Well, I mean,
Which one was 38?
Optimus.
The Bumblebee movie Optimus.
It might be in the works. You never know.
Probably is.
Probably.
But for now, we can call it the one they skipped because it hasn't come out yet. See, this is going to be out at the end of March, I think, next year.
I just can't. I can't.
I get it.
I've skipped that mold this far. I think I can just.
You're
skipping it.
It does look very nice. I won't deny that, but I even said this on Twitter a few days ago. The Power of the Primes Nemesis Prime should be the last Nemesis Prime I need for quite a while.
Yeah, I wish I'd gotten that, but oh well.
It's not the nicest we've seen, though. It's definitely not.
Oh no, but I do like the contrast between some of the windows on this because that just kind of breaks up the alternate mode a little bit, and I think that is worthwhile.
If I didn't have the Power of the Primes one, I would absolutely be wanting the Siege one.
I'm a sucker. Yeah. I'm going to buy it. Whether.
Well, yeah, there wasn't really much of a question of that, was there, Kilby?
Nope. No, there isn't. Okay, so something else I'm going to get, even though I don't love it exactly. That Leader Class Astrotrain. There's a review up by Tauntaun review, and their photos. Are these Tauntaun's photos?
They're screenshots from the video.
I watched part of it. It's very much what you would expect.
Yeah.
There was
The
nothing...
robot's a little bit shorter than you probably were expecting it to be, but like I think that's partly a trade-off for the extra engineering to be a triple changer.
And as long as it's as tall as
Yeah.
Shockwave, that's exactly what I was expecting.
Oh God, I forgot. Shockwave's a leader class.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
So if
Voyager
it's
size.
in height, if it's in height with him, that's exactly what I was expecting.
Yeah, Astrotrain is a little bit shorter in robot mode than the cab robot of Ultra Magnus and Galaxy Prime.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that was the shot that kind of concerned me a little bit. Like, this thing costs $50, and it's not.
Yeah,
a very
although
big
like
toy.
you know,
It
you
looks
can see,
good though.
You can see from the shots with the accessory package, like there's over a third of it, the overall toy's mass in that accessory block. So it's not like you're getting shortchanged material.
We got a Shockwave in Titan's Return, right? I mean,
Or
Astrotrain
Astrotrain?
in Titan's Return.
Astrotrain and Titan's Return.
Why
Yeah,
are we getting
Yeah.
Astrotrain again so soon?
because that was a terrible Astrotrain.
Yes.
It wasn't even that good of a Sentinel Prime, but it was a terrible Astrotrain. The Deco wasn't good for one thing, except for the spats. Those were nice. Like it took the Takara Legends one to actually get an Astrotrain looking Deco on it, but by then everybody knew that it wasn't a good Astrotrain toy, and nobody wanted it.
I don't think this is a good Astrotrain toy.
I
either.
like
Oh, it'll be
robot mode.
fine.
I like the
The,
robot
the
mode.
shuttle mode is junk.
Okay, so like since 2006,
Have you
this will be our
seen
third.
Astrotrain toys before?
Yeah, this will be our third Astrotrain toy since Classic started, and it is absolutely the best Astrotrain toy since Classic started.
In every mode.
Yeah.
Club Astrotrain was after 06, right? But just-
Well, that was the Armada Jetfire
Yeah.
redeco.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if you really want to count that, since it was at
Such a
no
great
point
toy, though.
engineered to be Astrotrain,
such a great toy.
or at least it's. Oh yeah, I mean, no, Armada Jetfire is a very good toy, but it wasn't ever intended as being
Yeah.
Astrotrain
God, I
when
love
it was
that toy
made.
so
And
much.
you could at least argue the Sentinel Prime one probably was half intended to be Astrotrain, even if that was just like a convenient thing to make out of the Sentinel Prime
Yeah.
because they wanted to do that for some reason.
Oh yeah, that came first. That was a pre-mold or whatever, pre-paint or
Yeah.
whatever we called it. Yeah.
No, that was definitely supposed to be Astrotrain first, and then they
Like, John
remolded it.
Galvatron
That just makes it
for Megatron.
sadder, though, Diecast.
Well, it's the truth, though.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. So that is that. Hey, so something different this week. tfradio.net/Amazon. But guess what comes out this week? The Sega Genesis Mini, which is being heralded in several reviews that I've read so far as the best mini console yet.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, because
Awesome.
we sat after the show last week and went over like the games it had in it, and we all were basically just like shocked at how good of a selection
I mean,
they had
there
gotten
are a
together.
couple games
It
here and there.
has Gunstar Heroes. That's
Yes.
all you need to know.
Yeah, it's
Go
missing
pre-order
Sonic.
one.
It's missing Sonic 3 and a couple of games, but
Mm.
they're like minor omissions in the grand scheme of things. But it's what? You can get it at tfradio.net/ what is it? Sega Mini.
I
one word.
pre-ordered it before the show.
And it's
That's why I was so quiet during pre-show. I was pre-ordering.
it's $80 and it ships out this week. So mine will be here Friday. I don't even need it. Like I don't need
Yes,
this.
you do.
I mean,
Yes, you do.
I've got most of the games. I have a good working Genesis. I have a Mega SG from Analog that, and I have it modded where I can just play games off the SD card. But I'm still buying this anyway because the attention to detail is impeccable and it looks great. I'm getting a 6-button controller for it because it comes packed with a 3. That's my only complaint, but it's got a great game selection. This is going in my basement. So I spend a lot of time down there in my basement, and when I want to play a game, this is what I'll play. So I'm super excited about it. tfradio.net/Sega Mini. It's worth picking up.
Can you get that that TMNT arcade cabinet on Amazon?
That's Walmart exclusive, I thought. And when let's see here, the question came up about the TurboGrafx Mini. I'm getting that as well. That honestly may, in my mind, have a better game selection than this. But, you know.
I still think it's funny that the PC Engine version is apparently barely smaller than the original.
Yeah, the PC Engine's tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, the TurboGrafx is mostly empty. Just an empty shell.
Spider Bob wants to know when Kilby finds time to play video games.
I played yesterday. I played the Ghostbusters arcade game. I played Strider, the arcade game. I know, right? I played Fighter's History. I played Street Fighter 2 Champions Edition and Street Fighter 2 Super Turbo today. I play a lot of games, actually. So, somehow I managed to do it. Yeah. So, yeah, Sean's like, he sleeps less than you. And, you know, right now, actually, I'm
also has no commute time.
I have no commute time now. That's the big thing.
It helps.
Yeah.
I just raised my commute time.
Yeah. My commute time went from 5 minutes to 0 minutes.
Sean says you sleep standing like a horse. I prefer to think that you sleep hanging upside down like Batman.
Ooh. That'd be great.
No, it probably wouldn't. That'd probably
kill me.
Kind of suck after a while.
Yeah. But, yeah.
That'd be good for your back, though.
Yeah. Plays games, but has no gaming podcast. We used to have a gaming podcast.
Well, that was more John's thing. So, you know.
God, and it looks.
I don't think you can, like, take Kilby to task for that.
The video version of that looked so great, too. It would still look great if it was produced today. On a
That's
Roku
why
channel.
John didn't want to be on tonight. He knew we were going to talk about the Sega Genesis Mini.
God, that was so fun. So fun. Okay.
It was.
Yes. Blade Raider said Kilby manages to play games, but not enough time to podcast about them. That is true. And
you have no time to podcast about Transformers.
Barely anymore, yeah. Okay. So, hey, Rob, what's on Deformers this week?
Not too much. We have a Facebook post from Ken Christensen who released his original design for Ectotron, which
I love it.
Yeah, I do too. It's it's a good bit different from the finished version, mainly because of course the finished version had to use the hotspot design family there to get it done. But we also found out that this has been in production for about 2 to 3 years, because the art director on the project, one Aristides Membrano, chimed in to talk about how long they had been working on that. So yeah, that one was in the works for a long time, and the head design pretty much made it through to the final, but yeah, a lot of other things had to be changed on the way, so it's worth looking into that.
It's a shame too. I kind of like the hood chest variant in this art.
I do too.
Yeah, it's nice.
The fact they managed to take a vehicle with a fairly long hood and keep the hood chest relatively short is, I think, impressive.
Yeah. Hey, just also remembered, I also yesterday played Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, because it's the one DS game that Castlevania DS game, portable game actually, period, that I never finished. Unless you count Adventure in Belmont's Revenge or whatever. Those are crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to finish Portrait of Ruin. I need to get back to it. Okay. I guess you can find us on Twitter at TF Radio. And like us
if you have to.
If you have to. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/TFRadio. And like I said at the beginning, you should subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can watch us live and interact during the show with us. And again, we have a Roku channel. Just look for it on your Roku. And Fire TV. Just look for it on Amazon. And you can watch us on your TV. I am personally on Twitter at BKilby. I'm also on Instagram at Brian Kilby. John, who's not here, he is that John D everywhere. Rob Springer, also not here. He is at Rob Springer on Twitter and at zonebase.org. There's no episode of Zone Base podcast, but I think that was last week. I'm losing track of time, because time is the fire.
The fire in which we burn.
Yeah. Star Trek Generations, Dr. Soran. Okay. Chris.
I was going to watch Star Trek Generations on Amazon Prime Video, and then discovered to my disappointment that it was not freely available to Prime members. I would have had to pay separate for that. So I did not watch I didn't watch Transformers Generations because the Machinima cartoons were terrible. I didn't watch Star Trek Generations either. So this week, my photographic challenge has been trying to make Brunt look good as a weaponizer, which, believe me, it's not easy, but I do have 1 or 2 examples of something that sort of is passable as a decent weapon configuration, which you can see on, just my Twitter, my Play with Photography Twitter right now at Play with Photos. I didn't put that on Instagram because I didn't think of it at the time. But yeah, I've been trying to do some work with Power Dasher Zatar for playwithphotography.com, and that's been slow going because that Brunt mold can't do a whole lot with it, as it turns out. But when that eventually gets finished, and anything else I decide to do, you can find that on playwithphotography.com. And if you would like to support the work I do, and maybe even see your name on the credits page on the gallery, you can go to my Patreon and support me for as little as $2 per month, or $5 for the insert name tier, where you get credit and early access to most new galleries that go up. That's at patreon.com/playwithphotos. And then you can follow me personally on Twitter at ChrisRTXV. I've got stuff up for sale right now. Please go buy things. It helps me out a lot. And also, of course, if you want to just do a random nice thing for me, which I always appreciate, I have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/ChrisList.
Sweet.
I heard you don't appreciate nice things.
I mean, I guess it depends on the nice thing. Like, I don't really have an appreciation for art or music as such. It's like, I don't understand art, but I know what I like, that kind of thing. The nuances, the subtle nuances are lost on me. But anytime somebody wants to, like, send me something because they, like what I do or just want to, like, brighten my day, I absolutely appreciate that. Unless they send me a Revenge of the Fallen Blaze Master, in which case there's a 50-50 chance I will never speak to them again. And Hey Mickey is just lucky that I still am friends with him after he gave me a Blaze Master several years ago.
And remember, if you want to send Don something nice, you can always send him a Supreme Cheetor.
tfradio.net/Massey Attack for the Massey
If you want to do
Attack
something
wish list.
nice for him or just contribute to his first aid kit.
Yeah, which there's plenty of that there. He's also on Twitter at HMRC4EVR.
And that's also a good reason to subscribe to us on YouTube and join us in the chat, because with the McAfee problems Don's having, he might exclusively be in our chat from now on.
Did we ever put Marvel Legends Death's Head 2 on the Massey Attack list?
I think I did.
Yeah, I think so. I think he actually got sent one from that.
Yeah, another one.
And then there was a time that I found a bunch of them in Five Below and tweeted out encouraging people to go there Five Below and find as many as they could and, collectively gift Don some Death's Head 2s.
Why did I put
I
Yellow
would so do that, and at TFCon we could put them in random places around his room.
We should do that. Why did I put Yellow Mustard packets on his wish list?
Oh, that was some joke from 1 week's show. It was at least
Ghost on Blu-ray.
He was taking turmeric in the middle of the night to help with leg cramps.
Oh, okay. I need to add another Death's Head too.
Yeah, just put it like quantity 100. So if he gets
smart.
sent one, he can get sent another one.
Yeah, let's do that. Death's Head 2.
Okay. I learned that trick from Chris, actually.
Ah, yes.
Rob, how do people get a hold of you?
I'm on Twitter at Figure Reviewers and Flailthroughs. Flailthroughs also being the name of my YouTube channel, where I'm currently covering Gundam Battle Operation 2 for the PS4, which will be out in the US sometime this year. We don't actually have a release date yet on that. Currently, the rating matches have returned on that, so if you want to be extremely frustrated, you can play up to 3 rounds a day and hopefully get a good enough score to get some bonuses. Also, if you like what I do at Flailthroughs, patreon.com/Flailthroughs is where you can throw me a couple of bucks to request specific mobile suits, or more if you feel like it. I also have an Amazon wish list at tfradio.net/Claylist, and when Chris and I do video content for T-Formers, you can find that on YouTube at T-Formers TV.
Cool. Now on the Massey Attack list, it's only $11.45. The price has dropped 50%, so 57%. I have quantity 99 has 4. So, yeah, there you go. Diecast, how do people get a hold of you?
You can get a hold of me on Twitter at Diecast2 or my bed or my work because that's my new life. Pretty
That
much.
sounds like the start of a new job.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm tired. But yeah, I wanted to say too also, Rob, when you get that when we find out that game when it's getting released for the US, I think I want to get it. I want to play with you for a little bit because that would be awesome.
Okay, well, I can definitely, give you some advice on how to play, but I will let everybody know when it finally shows up here because it's been a while waiting, and I'm just hoping we get a more specific release date soon.
Is it like an MMO or what type of game is it?
It is an online team shooter based on the Universal Century timeline
Universal
of Gundam.
Soldier?
Sure.
Yeah, basically.
So is it like Halo but with Gundams? I mean, dumb it down for me. I'm not the best video game connoisseur.
Okay, it's kind of in the same genre, but because of mobile suits being what they are, especially in the early Universal Century, it's a lot more deliberately paced than your average team shooter. There's more time to think, there's more time to strategize, and it definitely has a different flavor, I would say, than a lot of other online shooters. So it is its own thing, and it's really. It is fun to play, and it is definitely different from most anything else in that genre I have played.
Cool.
I just told Don to uninstall his antivirus. Do you think he'll do it?
It's not going to help. It's
Well,
probably not even the antivirus.
McAfee he should uninstall, so that's not even bad advice.
Yeah.
I'm running McAfee, and I don't have any problems running Skype. Well,
Don.
for the most part.
Yeah, you never know what weird combinations of software, hardware, and user just coalesce into problems. It just happens.
Actually, I'm adding McAfee Total Protection 2019 to Don's wish list.
I think it's the last thing he needs. He needs Death's Head 2 more than he needs that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. EFradio.net/Massey Attack. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah, I don't particularly care for. I use the built-in Windows antivirus. That's all I need. I've
good
gotten
enough.
a virus. Let's see here. I've only owned a computer for 21 years, which only, but I'm 40, so I was barely 20 when I got my first computer. I've gotten a virus like twice.
Yeah, I think I'm at about 2 times, maybe 3, but 2 for sure.
Because I don't do stupid stuff on my computer.
Right.
It's probably been
That's what smartphones are for.
Yeah,
Yes.
It's probably been 2 or 3 for me, but with judicious use of the built-in antivirus plus no script plus ad block plus, there's not too much trouble you can get into if you're careful.
Now,
Yeah.
that's not an invitation to try to hack me. Please don't. But
Yes, please don't do that.
yeah. But yeah, I try not to do stupid stuff. Okay. I don't know why it would block. I don't know why it blocks Skype on Don's computer, but I've heard of crazy stuff like that before. Set Don up a local virtual machine for any RC browsing. Okay. Interesting comments. Maybe we should just not look at the chat for a few minutes. Okay.
Well, it's post-show. What else are we supposed to do?
I know. Really. I think I got convinced today to get that Turtles arcade game.
I know, that's why I brought it up.
Yeah. Not because I can play it on my MAME cabinet now. Or on my Xbox, but I want to get video of me, Triplet, our friend Ricky, who is huge, but imposingly huge, and then any of our other friends, because we're all too big to get around it and play it. So there's like no physical way we can play that 4 players.
Yeah, I looked at the picture of the thing, and that just seems impractical.
I don't know how you would do it.
But I completely support your endeavor. Because you know me, I love a good spectacle.
Yeah, it's like when I paid Jason $5 to play DDR so I could video it years back. Yeah,
I gotta. I'm gonna put something in the chat for us.
I'm just gonna share it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
No, you can't.
Okay. Is there something?
Yeah,
else?
I'm sure that's gonna solve a lot of problems, Diecast.
What was it?
Can you not see the chat?
I see his comment. I don't know what it's tied to.
Yeah.
Oh. I'll say this. I hate when people do this. Okay. We'll move it along. Okay.
Moving along.
What I get from conversations, the couple that I've had, I think that's what would happen.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I think it's great. Okay. So, what else do we have going on?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. I have been playing way more arcade games lately. I played the I didn't even realize there was a Ghostbusters game. It reminds me a lot of Gauntlet, but not as, there's like not hordes of monsters coming at you. It's like a couple and they require more shots, but it feels like Gauntlet.
Yeah, it's kind of halfway between Gauntlet and Heavy Barrel, I'd say.
Yeah. I think it's the first time I ever played it. I don't know why I never played it before. Let's see here. Some other stuff here.
Hey, Brunt's $16.99 on Amazon if you're looking for another Brunt.
That's not bad.
I have enough.
Okay, I'm just. I know you were talking about possibly getting more. So.
I'm tiring of the weaponizer gimmick as it is.
I just want more molds if we're going to do that.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah, we need
the
more.
The fatigue is just from the repetition.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run since the show's over.
Go get some rest, I
Take
guess.
care,
Yeah,
rest
My
well.
back hurts.
Sleep.
I pulled a muscle in my back, probably from leaning underneath under a car trying to.
Sleeping under a car? What?
Yeah, I was probably under a car trying to write an estimate, and of course I pulled a muscle in my back, so I got that going on top of being tired.
Workers' comp first day.
Yeah.
Yeah, the employers love that.
Oh, yes.
I pulled a muscle in my back, and I can't come out. Can't come in.
I bet you miss your desk, don't you?
A little bit, but I like moving around. It's much more my style to be
Yeah, we know.
blurring back and forth between locations. So, I mean, not being contained to a desk is great. My body's just not totally used to it yet.
Mm.
And my mind and my everything else.
You'll get there.
Yeah, maybe you should get some sleep.
I like it there, though. It's good.
Good.
So, all right, I'll see you guys next week.
See you,
Take
Diecast.
care.
Yeah, on the weaponizer front, I'm still waiting for an opportunity to get like some cheap extra cogs.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Don is like panicking. He really just needs to uninstall McAfee.
Yeah, that's not even a joke.
We're not joking.
Yeah.
I don't know why you have it, except for the fact that your computer came with it installed, I'm certain.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think they all do now.
Probably.
There's also like a handful of honestly completely legitimate software he could have installed on his computer after the fact that also is like, hey, you want to install McAfee?
Hell, I think Crunson said Windows has its own firewall. And I think the firewall goes back to like Windows 2000 or XP.
I mean, yeah, it's.
I'd say NT at the oldest, or at the latest, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I have had. Because the first computer I had that was mine was an XP machine, and I'm positive that had Windows Firewall.
I remember running a firewall. I remember it was like freeware or adware or something. It was whatever the popular one was before Windows had it built in. It was such a pain in the butt.
Don, uninstall McAfee, then restart your computer.
Yeah, that should do it.
God, they probably make it hard to uninstall.
Probably.
Yeah,
Are you sure you don't want to not uninstall?
God, I was having a hard time. I find, because I hardly ever, now I find myself missing it, but because I only use like one app, I canceled my Adobe Creative Cloud subscription. And God, they made it hard to uninstall. But now I miss it because Premiere Pro renders so much faster than Elements.
I was so close to getting the Creative Cloud plan for Lightroom and Photoshop because it was $10 a month.
You can buy Lightroom flat out, I thought.
Only up to version 6, maybe. There are a couple versions past that now.
Oh, okay.
But the point I was going to reach was right at the point where I was ready to like make the commitment, and I think actually had the money because I wanted to go ahead and prepay the year in advance. That's when they decided to double the price of the photography plan to $20 a month, and then it's just like middle finger, thanks.
Yeah.
If I used everything or more things in Creative Cloud, it's so worth it. It really, but I don't. I use Photoshop and Premiere. And I only used Premiere. I would only use Premiere once a week. That was literally to edit and render the show. And I can do it all in Elements, except for the fact, again, that it doesn't do the co-processing with the CUDA cores. So,
okay.
Yeah, it renders so much faster.
For that matter, you could wait for Humble Bundle to get another Vegas thing going.
I don't like Vegas. I've got it.
Oh, okay.
I own a copy of it.
Me too.
Yeah, I got it through a Humble Bundle.
Yeah, because $20 for Vegas, there's no way to say no to that.
Yeah. I'm just used to using Premiere. I've used it for so long.
Yeah, and Vegas is no big thing to me because I'm used to using that.
Yeah. There's no sanctuary. Hopefully Don's uninstalling it.
Yeah, I can't imagine what actually would have happened to make McAfee do something to Skype.
It's dumb.
Well, yeah.
It is so dumb. So dumb, so dumb, so dumb, so... Oh, God, okay.
I have no idea what this is.
Cue sax music. Troubleshooting is literally just troubleshooting Don's system. That's, yeah. I'm recording this. I am recording this.
Don loses Twitter next.
God, if Don's Twitter ever gets hacked, that's just...
Oh, yeah.
Sega Genesis Mini, Gunstar Heroes, yes. Okay, so let me go back and see what games are on it.
There's good things.
Yeah. I don't care about Sonic.
Unlike the PlayStation, the second one actually has good games.
Yeah. Okay.
The only way the PlayStation could be worse is if they put Beast Wars on as one of their games.
Oh, yeah. Darius and Tetris are on it, which is awesome.
That's such a bad game.
Streets of Rage. It has Street Fighter on it. Street Fighter Special Champions Edition, if I remember right. Sonic 2. Thunder Force 3, but not 2. Again, if you only have one, it's fine. Street Fighter 2, I think it's Special Champions.
Super Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition, or
I thought it was Special Champions Edition, but instead of Super.
Super's my favorite.
I like Super. I hate Super Turbo. My favorite's Hyper Fighting. I like games that I wish were on it. That's not. Like the biggest one that comes to mind is Hyperstone Heist. Ninja Turtles, which it's licensed, so you wouldn't expect that.
Is it Ninja Turtles or Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game?
Turtles 2, the arcade game, is on the
Yes.
NES.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so Hyperstone Heist is the one that's based. It's similar to Turtles in Time. I think it's based on it, if I remember right. I have it right here. I should know that, but I love that it has Mega Man, the Wily Wars on it, because the only version I have is a PAL version that runs slow. I never realized what those people had to go through playing their games. They are just not fun.
I downloaded a PAL ROM for Sonic once and thought something was seriously wrong with either my computer or the emulator.
Actually, I have a Retron HD, the NES Retron that connects via HDMI, and there's an NTSC/PAL switch, and I think it comes shipped with the PAL switch switched on, and I thought something was broken with it because it ran so slow. But this has Strider, which I love Strider. It has Ghouls and Ghosts, and I love that. A lot of people love Earthworm Jim. I don't.
Yeah, two.
Yeah,
should be
again,
played.
second one's really good.
Bloodlines. It's a good game. Does it have Contra Hardcore on it? It was Hardcore that was on one on the Genesis, right? Yeah, no, it's got Hardcore. It does have it. So Vector Man never got into it. Comic Zone never got into it, but of course it's going to have those. Eternal Champions, not a favorite. I would also it's like Street Fighter Mortal Kombat ripoff. It plays more like Street Fighter, but it's violent. Yeah. It doesn't have Mortal Kombat, doesn't have NBA Jam. Yeah. I played the arcade version of NBA Jam this week too. There's not many games I would add to it. Sorry, I just don't deal with computer issues well. I've never noticed that, Don. The 2 times I've seen Don Dematis, 1 was a computer issue, 2, Diecast was interfering with his Twitter sales thread. Diecast isn't here, and he's not watching. So I got a very angry text from Don asking me if I could stop Diecast from interfering with his sales thread, and I'm like, "Am I your supervisor? What is this?" Yeah, yeah. I guess I'm HR and the account god. We're so screwed. So it froze up. Okay, we'll see you next week. Bye, people. Hopefully this will be fixed next week. I have the power supply. I just haven't installed it yet. Yeah. Yeah. So, God, that's going to suck. Maybe, maybe not. God, I hope this stupid power supply fixes this. Okay, bye.